students, how are you? I hope you all have seen my last week's videos. In my last week videos, we have started the part A and the unit 1, that was the communication skills. In my last week videos, we have talked about the session 3, session 1, method of communication, in which we have talked about the oral communication and the written communication, verbal, non-verbal and the visual communication. Next, there was the communication cycle. What is the communication cycles? We have talked about this. Next, what are the barriers in your communications, internal barrier and external barrier, and how we can overcome these barriers. I have given you the 6 questions to write down in your notebook according to these session 1, session 2 and the session 3. So today we will teach you about these session number 4, effective communication, and the session 5, that is the basic writing skills. Now let's come with me and we will start the session 4, effective communication. Yes, session 4 is effective communication. In starting, we have talked about the communications, but when you are communicating with your friends, you are presenting your ideas and your views, that should be in an effective manner. What do you mean by the effective communications? That is, wherever the intended content, wherever the content that is received by the receivers, that should be in such a manner that was the intended by the sender. It means that what do you want to say, and what you say and what the receiver interpret it, that should be considered in your effective communications. कि आप क्या कहना चाहते थे, आपने क्या कहा और रिसीवर ने इसको किस वे में लिया. If these all 3 points is consistent, it means that is effective communication. So this is all about the definition of the effective communications. Now I will tell you about the 7 C's of the communications to make it more effective. When you want to make your communication effective, then the 7 points you should keep in mind for making it effective. What are these 7 points?
Hello students, now I am going to tell you about the 7 C's of communication. What are the 7 C's of the communication? First C is the clear, second is concise, and the third is concrete. What is clear? What do you mean by the clear in the communication? When you are doing the communications, first point you have to keep in mind, that is, there should be the clarity in the thoughts. That whatever you are speaking, that should be very clear and that should be easily understood by the receiver. And there should not be a mixture of the ideas. When you are talking about the one ideas and one topic, that should be about that topic. You should not mix many ideas and the many thoughts into one thought. Nextly, easily understood by the receivers. When there will be clarity, that should be easily understood by the receiver. So first C of the communication is that it should be clear. Second is that it should be concise. Concise means it should be to a point. Your communication should be to a point. To a point means whatever you are speaking, that should be up to a point. You should not speak about the waste things in this. You should talk about point to point, and that should, because if you are talking about point to point, that will be easily understood by the receiver and it will not waste the times of the receiver and speakers also. Next, short and brief messages should be used. We should not use the lengthy messages, otherwise it will be a boring communication between 2 persons. We should use short and the brief messages. Next is, whatever we are speaking, that should be interest of the receiver. If it will be of the interest of the receiver, then the receiver will take interest, otherwise it will be a boring communication. These are the points about the concise. This was the 2nd C's of the communication. First was the clear and second was the concise. And the third is concrete. Concrete means there should be specific and the clear, and rather than vague and the general. Whenever you are communicating whenever you are starting the communication, that should be very specific and that should be very clear, so that it will be easily understood by the listener. That should not be vague in the general. We should not speak about the general things and vague things. We should be point to point and very clear about our topic, so it will create an interest and it will be very interesting session for the listener. For example, if I am speaking to you and you are listening my videos, if in my videos you are not understanding what, you are not able to understand what I am speaking, that it will be very boring for you. So we should point to point that what is clear, what is concise, what is concrete. I should not take it in the lengthy way. I should not explore more and more. Just it should be point to point, so that it will be easily understood by it will be easily understood by you. So these are the 7 C's of the communication. First is clear, second is concise, third is concrete. Now we will move to more other C's. The next C is that is correct. Whenever you are communicating, that should, whether it is a verbal and the non-verbal, whether it is oral or a written communications, then there should not be your grammatical mistakes. Your vocab should be very right. And if it is a written communication, then there should not be a spelling errors, and you should use punctuation marks where it is needed. So we should keep in mind these things whenever we are communicating with others. Depends upon what mode of method you are using, whether it is written and whether it is oral. Next C is that is the coherent. What is the meaning of the coherent? Means there should be a smooth flow. Whenever you are speaking, there should be a flow from starting to end. We should not be deviate from our main topic. We should when we are using the different aspects, that should be attached with one another. Different procedures when we are using to make it understandable, then they should be attached with one another. There should be a proper sequence of your topic from starting to ending. This is the meaning of the coherent that you should use in your communication. Next is that is the complete. You should use the relevant information about the topic. You should be sure that which information you are giving to the receiver, which information the listener is taking, that should be relevant according to your topic. We should not take the irrelevant data about which you are not sure. Please don't take that data. Please don't use that data in your communications. And you should clear all the queries of the receiver. Whenever you are speaking and whenever listener asks any query, firstly you should clear your communications to make your communication more effective. Next is courteous. You should use the respectful terms and the gestures for the receiver and for the listeners. In starting, you should greet them, and in the middle of your communications, you should use the respectful gestures for them. Next, you should also respect the cultures of the receiver. According to their culture, their thinking level, the thinking level of the different persons are different. We should respect their thinking level, and according to that, we should start our communication. Next, understand and respect the point of view. Whatever the point of view of the receivers, according to that, we should move our communications to that point, and we should make it clear so that so that we can make our communication so effective that can be received by the receivers. So by keeping all the 7 C's of the communications, we can make our communication more effective, and that will be very effective, and that will be very useful for us and beneficial for us. So in my next topic, I will tell you that what are the benefits of the effective communications. When you are using these 7 C's in your communications, then what type of benefits you can get from that. Now our next topic is benefit of the effective communication. Next topic is benefits of the effective communications. What are the benefit of the effective communication? First is its main focus on the important information. Our main focus is what first benefit of the effective communication is its main focus that to give the important informations to the receiver or to the listeners. In this, our information should not be our information will not be vague. It will be very important and it will be point to point and it will be updated information. Next is when we are using the effect, when our communication is effective, it saves our time because in this we are talking about the relevant topics. We are talking about the relevant informations according to our topic. It saves our time. Next is it builds up our confidence and the self-respect. When you are using the effective communication and slowly it builds up your confidence, and when your confidence is built, then it will increase your self-respect in you also. When other persons will praise you, it will increase your self-respect also. Next is improves our relationship with the others. It improves our relationships with the others. It creates a healthy and comfortable environment, and we are closely related to each others. Our relationships will be good, and that will be very effective for our business and for our working environments. So these are the benefits of the effective communications. So whenever we are using the communications, we should keep in mind the 7 C's of the communications for making it effective, and by making it effective you will get the benefits of these things. These are all about the effective communications. This was your session 4. In the session 5 we are talking about
basic writing skills. This is our session 5. In this session, there are your topics that are the phrases, sentences, parts of a sentence, articles, and the paragraph. I will not teach you about these topics, phrases, sentences, parts of a sentence, and articles, because this is just about the basic grammars which you have already done in your 3rd and the 4th class. Also, you are also doing this also in your 10th class also. I think I need not to tell about these things. What are the phrases, what are the sentences, what are parts of a sentence, where we can use this type of articles A and B. So we are not talking about these 4 topics, but your 5th topic, that is your paragraph topic. Today we will discuss about this topic. That is the most important topic of this session 5. Your topic is in paragraph is how to create a good paragraph. How you can create a good paragraph. How to create a good paragraph. For creating a good paragraph, you have to keep in mind these 5 points. First point is topic. What is the topic? What is the name of your paragraph? Next you have to introduce in the paragraph is introduction and the topic sentences. In this introductions, you will write in introduction and topic sentences, you will write about the theme of your paragraph. What is the main theme of your paragraph? Next is explanation. After that, you will explain your paragraph in 8 to 10 points, 8 to 10 lines. Next, at last, you will conclude your paragraph with the conclusions. What the main conclusion of your paragraph? At last, you will write down in this conclusion part. And in the last, whenever you will submitted it to your teachers, or whenever you will writing your paragraphs to anyone, before submitting and sending, you will have to proofread your paragraph, because there may be many mistakes. Firstly, proofreading it, and after it you can remove your mistakes. So whenever you are writing these paragraphs, you have to write this paragraph in this flow from starting to end by following these 5 points. Next is rule for writing a paragraph. When you are writing a paragraph, what rules you have to follow? You have to follow these 5 rules. First rule is keep the paragraph short. You should not write the lengthy paragraph. That should be point to point, and that should be short. Next, use the topic sentences. We should use the topic sentences, that we should use the main theme of the paragraph. When you are writing the lines about the paragraph, then you should keep in mind what are the main theme, what are the main theme behind for writing this paragraph. Next is leave out unnecessary details. Which details that are not necessary, you should leave out these details. Next, give the paragraph uniformity. There should be the uniformity in a paragraph from starting, whatever you are writing about the topics up to last, you have to follow that topic. Next is end the paragraph with concluding sentences. At the last, you have to conclude the sentences of this paragraph. That is what is the main conclusion of the paragraph. So these rules we should have to keep in mind when we are writing a paragraph. So these are all about your session 4 and the session 5. In session 4, I have told you about the effective communications. What are the 7 C's of the effective communications and what are the benefits of the effective communication? In session 5, we have talked about the basic writing skills, about some grammar points, and the main important point which questions generally comes in your exams, that is what are the writing a paragraph, how you can make a good paragraph, and what are the rules for writing a paragraph. Now your unit 1 about the communication skills is clear to you. That is completely finished today, and now I am giving you some questions. Firstly, I have given you some 6 questions I have already given you. After that, 2 more questions I have given you. Now the unit 1, you have to do these 8 questions in your notebook. I am also sending the PDF of this 5 sessions which I have told you in my previous sessions also, so that you can complete your notebook, because today you will also get your notebook from the schools, and after that you can start doing your work. So that's R. Now according to session 4 and the session 5, you have to write down these 2 questions in your notebook. Question number 7 is what are the 7 C's of the communication, and explain these. And question number 8 is what are the points to write a good paragraph. So these 2 questions you have to write down according to session 4 and the session 5. And according to session 1, session 2 and session 3, I have given you already 6 questions which you have to write down in your notebook. Now total 8 questions you will write down in your notebook. I am also sending the PDF of these sessions also, so that you can write down this question in notebook. So please read these topics and complete your notebook. Thank you and have a nice day.